Hello, what's up guys, it's Kyle from KGR doing a review on the SH Figuarts Bowser. Now, when this figure got shown off, I got excited because it's a new Mario figure in the Mario SH Figuarts line, and that's a line that I want to have complete. So I got excited, then I saw the prices, and I got less excited. And now I have the figure, and I'll tell you how I feel about this figure. That's the point of this review. And I also got the Diorama set E, so I'll be going over that as well later in the review. But for now, we're just going to focus on Bowser, and we'll go over everything. So let's take a look. When it comes to the sculpt, I'm not going to lie. I really like it. Like this figure does have plenty of problems. I'll be straight up with that. But you do got to focus on the positive as well. But I can't be biased. I can't say this is the best figure in the world. It's probably going to be the best Bowser figure we're ever going to have. But it still has plenty of problems. But anyway, the things I absolutely love about this figure is the way that the face looks. The eyes look incredible. The scaling on the green looks really great. The scaling on the yellow does look pretty good as well. And the shell. I cannot praise the shell enough. The shell looks absolutely incredible. I really love this thing. Like, I love the amiibos, like the Smash and the Bowser amiibos. I like the Smash one because of like, the coloring tones that they did on that. But they try to go for high detail in Smash Brothers. So we're not having a Smash Brothers Bowser. This is a Mario Bowser. So when we got the Mario amiibo, like the detail wasn't as amazing, at least when it came to the colors. But I did notice the way they covered the shell, like the detail on that. That was absolutely incredible. And they pretty much mastered it on this figure. It looks absolutely great. But that's pretty much where the greatness ends. Like, the paint job's pretty great too, like, don't get me wrong. I did see a black spot on one of the spikes where it wasn't properly painted, but that's gonna vary from figure to figure. So when you get your figure, it's probably gonna be a flawless paint job, because other than that, like, the thing looks absolutely great. Like, you know, even get the palms on the feet. That hole is kind of odd, but overall, like, the paint job is absolutely great, and the sculpt is also pretty amazing as well. But that's pretty much where the greatness ends. The articulation for this figure is pretty much very basic. Here, there's also a World of Nintendo Bowser. Unfortunately, I don't have that. But I looked up Anthony Custom's review for this figure, hoping he would have it, and luckily he did. So he did go over that, so I'm going to be using that somewhat as a reference. So thank you, Anthony, for, you know, making a review. I did want to make a review before he did, but I got lazy. But now he put out a review, so crap, I gotta catch up. So anyway, when it comes to articulation, he is relatively basic. Like, with the head, his neck joint is so freaking weird. You would expect, like, just a ball peg or something, or a ball hinge like, you know, Mario and Luigi. But no, like, I can't really show you all that well, probably, but the way that his joint is in his neck is so odd. Unfortunately, the lighting is not helping me. But, like, it's like a weird zigzag joint, so, like, it'll move everywhere properly without looking too hideous, which I will give them props for that. They did a decent job. But, unfortunately, you can also do a look like that, where his head's going way too forward, and you can see everything back there, and it looks really odd. Obviously, it's not meant for that, but still, it looks really weird. And, unfortunately, the gapping in between the neck and this can be very hideous, so that's why you gotta, like, you know, angle it right. But the angles they are trying to pull off, they do a good job for that. Unfortunately, when you turn it over, it's really hideous. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay. So we got that weird joint on the neck. The hair right here has a little bit of articulation. I know Yoshi did something like this before, and it actually did really help. But with this, it really isn't all that necessary, to be quite honest. Like, sure, that does look pretty good right there, but if you would have kept it like that, I honestly wouldn't really see much of a difference. And you should have kept it at that, so then, you know, you would have been good to go. Or you could have just kept it down, and the articulation would have been almost just as good. You know what? Never mind. I take that back. Like, I'm somewhat happy they did that, but again, it's an almost useless joint. For the shoulders, it is universal, so they go, you know, turning around and shit. They go forwards and backwards, sort of. You don't really get much movement right there. It's very odd. And here, apparently there's a swivel right here. I almost didn't see that. Here, if Anthony didn't do his review, I would have completely missed it. And to be quite honest, that is a very useless joint because the shoulder can do all that for you. So that's money wasted right there. And we got a swivel right at the wrist. Unfortunately, it's just a swivel, but if you have any of the other Mario figures, you're pretty much used to that, except for Yoshi. Yoshi has like a ball hinge type of deal, but not much movement right there, to be quite honest. And then forward, backwards, outwards a little bit on the legs, so that's something. And we got ankle movement. It's like, I don't know if it's a ball joint or something. I don't know. It functions like a ball joint. So overall, very basic articulation. Unfortunately, the tail doesn't move. It would be nice if the tail had articulation. That would be a much more useful joint than the hair. But overall, articulation, not very amazing. Like, there's no shoulder joints. It would look really weird, to be quite honest, and I'm pretty confident people would have him in these kind of poses anyway. I wouldn't have Bowser just, you know, have his arms straight, to be quite honest. But I don't know, the fact that they just kept it like that and the price they're making you pay for it, it's not worth it. He is a heavy piece of plastic, I'm not gonna lie. He's not hollow, but I don't think it's worth the $50 tag so far. Like with the World of Nintendo Bowser, that thing is much bigger compared to this thing. And compared to Mario, it looks really odd. Like, Bowser changes sizes from game to game. Most of the time getting bigger. Look at him in freaking Mario Galaxy. Holy balls. Look at him in Mario Sunshine when he's taking that giant hot tub bath in lava, I think. I don't know. I haven't beaten Mario Sunshine. All I know is he's taking a bath and he's freaking huge. But yeah, I guess they had to make him scale somewhat decently. And to be honest, I'm not too happy with it. I think they could have made him much bigger, especially for the price you're paying for it. But I will bring down Mario and friends later. I might just do Mario, I don't know. I might bring down the rest of them just to do pictures, but that's it. Like, it looks great, but I'm not happy with the articulation. I'm really not. But let's move on. Let's go on to the accessories. So for accessories, we got an extra pair of hands. Like, look at his hands now, okay? And then we also got a pair of these somewhat more open palm hands, where it actually looks like he's trying to reach out and grab something. Like, I'll just replace one so you can see a side-by-side comparison on his arms. And popping on the arms and hands and stuff, it's, well, just the hands, not the arms. When you pop in and out the hands, it's relatively easy, but it's simple. But as you can tell, like, there is a difference, but not by much. So if you're really, really picky about how your Bowser wants to look, then there you go. It's kind of like how I feel about my hair. Like, there are subtle differences I can make to it that can make it look better. But then my friends look at it after I spend like an hour doing my hair, and they're like, Kyle, it doesn't look much different. And I'm like, shut up! It looks different. Very slightly, but it looks different. Alright, and then we also got replacement jaws. We got this one, which it's a little bit closed, and it looks pretty decent, alright? But then we also got two more jaws. One that's more open, which I will show you both of them, don't worry. Then another one with a fireball. Fireball actually looks pretty decent. So let me grab those quick. Alright, to replace the jaw, all you gotta do is just pretty much rip it out. Right there. Ah. And now Mario just destroyed his jaw because he's tired of him just taking Peach all the time. Alright, so it just simply plugs in, 3 pegs. Like that. And there you go. Honestly, I like this mouth so much better. Like, holy crap. I love this jaw. It's like, rah, rah, rah. Alright, I'm done being goofy. Now, the other jaw that we have is pretty much open, but with a fireball. And the fireball is stuck in there, so you're not going to lose it, so that's good. But I would say it sucks that you can't take it out, but no, I'm actually quite happy that they give you a whole other jaw that makes it look more seamless and makes it look like there's not supposed to be a hole in there. If it was a cheap figure, they would have put a hole in there to have you have the fireball in there. And I'm tired of trying to explain shit. Alright, so you plug it in, and there you go. It looks good. Like, what's it? Anthony's Customs didn't like it all that much because it didn't make the jaw look all closed, which, push. Just push, man. You'll be good. and the fire looks really great. I personally like it. Like, I'm trying to be honest as much as I can, but I like the fire effect. Like, it seems I don't know how to talk. It seems to be a little bit top heavy, not too badly. You know, the rest of him is just pretty freaking heavy anyway, so you'll be good for trying to make him stand. But for some reason, if you cannot make him stand, luckily he comes with one, and God, it is freaking awkward. Ladies and gentlemen, here's his stand. It's a basic stand. It's gray, so it matches, you know, his castle and stuff. But it's a very, very small peg, and it goes right into his hole, right there. It looks awkward. I had Eric look at it, and he's like, "Oh my God, Bowser has a pee hole." And yeah, he does. It looks awkward. So the way you gotta plug him in is you gotta like peg it in like this, or if you want to try to hide that, I don't know, that arm or whatever, the little stand arm, you can try to tuck it like around his leg, but it still looks awkward. And trying to get the peg on there it's not supposed to be difficult. I'm just making it look difficult, I promise. Damn it! Thank God for jump cuts. Anyway, look at this. It looks weird. It really does. But now let me try to hide the leg a little bit. Never mind. You can't really hide it because here the way it sits in him, it sits at a weird angle. So if you try to move it, it's not going to move all that much. Almost like Yoshi, but Yoshi's angle was really, really awkward. So overall, I would only use the stand just for a platform. I would not use the peg at all. He really doesn't really need it unless you want to get one of the longer arms and make it look like he's trying to jump up and slam down like in Mario 3 or in Smash Brothers. But that's it. Like, you don't need this stand. To be quite honest, he stands up really well by himself. For now, we're done looking at Bowser. We will be moving on to Diorama set really soon. But let me just give a quick overall thoughts of Bowser. So far, it's alright, I guess. For the price, he's not worth the price. I'm not going to lie. He's way, way too expensive. And he's probably not going to drop down in price anytime soon. So, only get it if you're trying to collect the SH Figuarts line and you want that complete like I do. If you want a proper Bowser figure, you're probably better off going for the World of Nintendo one because it's bigger, so it would look better next to the other ones. And also, it has elbow joints. They're probably not all that great, but hell, it has elbow joints. But the detail isn't as great as this figure. If you want better detail, go for this figure. But if you want a properly scaled Bowser to make it actually look good compared to Mario and Luigi and stuff, then go for the World of Nintendo one. Unfortunately, that one goes for like 40 bucks on eBay, unless you can find it in store for some reason, then you're freaking lucky. If you find it in store, get it in store. But if you have to go to eBay, that's mainly up to you. Better detail or better scaling? You choose. Again, not worth the price, but damn it, I need to have a complete collection. Now let's take a look at Diorama Set E, and I actually like it much better compared to the last one because it's all new figures, so yay! So we got a Hammer Brother. God, I despised him in Mario 1. All we need is a blooper, then my nightmares can, you know, be refueled in plastic. And then we also got a Spiny, which Spiny looks pretty cute. And we also get a Lakitu. I already had a Lakitu figure before this, but holy crap, I really like this one, but it cannot stand up by itself. So luckily, and also it doesn't look good, you know, on the ground. So again, luckily, he also comes with a stand, and it's almost all it's used for, to be quite honest. But you already have other stands from buying all the other Diorama sets, so you'll be fine. So he has a hole in the back, plug him in, and he flies, and it looks really good. I kind of wish you can make it go higher, but if you know how to use a screwdriver, you know, like anybody else, you can just combine them. Make a couple of stands, combine them, and make a giant long stand. Oh my god, I want to do that now. Okay, let's go over each figure one by one. We're going to go from meh to greatest. So, first up, oh, excuse me, oh my goodness. Alright, first up, let's just take a look at the Spiny. The Spiny, it's very simple. It's just there, no articulation. Detail is pretty great. It is the only Spiny figure I have, so I can't really compare it to anybody else. And I'm not sure how many Spiny figures are out there outside of Happy Meal toys and stuff, but it looks great. Paint job is great, detail is great. Yeah, Nendoroid doesn't have one, so yay, go SH Figuarts for making one. So, yeah, it looks great. Not the selling point, but hey, it looks great. Trying to choose which one's better, Lakitu or Hammer Brother, I'm not gonna lie, it's a really freaking hard choice. So we're just gonna go over Lakitu for now. The detail, again, really, really great. I love how they actually put a little bit of plastic on there to make it look like it's actual goggles, because I have a minifigure of it. All they did was just the framework, which it's a cheap figure, so I can understand why they did that. It does feel a little hollow in the cloud, but overall, it does feel like a decently hefty figure. It's not as hefty as Bowser, but it doesn't feel like a cheap piece of plastic compared to Boo. Boo felt really cheap, and I hated it. But overall, it looks great. Unfortunately, no articulation or anything, so that's kind of lame. But overall, it does look really great. It's supposed to stand on your shelf and look great, and it does that really well. He has a hole in the back, so you just take the stand, put it right there, and he stands up decently high. He doesn't stand up too bad. Unfortunately, I'm not getting it all in frame, so I apologize for that. There we go. So yeah, he does go up decently high, but if you got a screwdriver, small enough, combine a couple of stands, make it stand up pretty high, make it really show itself off. So after I'm done with this review, I'm gonna do that. Like, that's gonna be awesome. And then we get the Hammer Brother, which the Hammer Brother, it's a basic figure, no articulation or anything, which, again, lame. I honestly do wish this figure was articulated, because this guy's gimmick is amazing. Here, his hammer, be taken out of his hand, and there's a peg hole, so you can make it look like he's throwing it. That is awesome. Unfortunately, he looks so weird, because like he would just be like that, and then, you know, it'll be up somewhere. Well, you know what? We have a stand. Let's show it off like that. God. Work. Yeah. Woo. Yeah. Oh, that is something. But again, it looks so weird because it doesn't look like he actually really threw it. So if they would have gave him a little bit of articulation, then make it look like he actually threw it, then that would be really awesome. But for its job, it does it pretty well. Paint job and sculpt, pretty freaking awesome, like always. The gappings in the white look kind of odd compared to like the Koopa and the shells that we've gotten, but it still looks great. Like, it is a really solid figure. Paint applications are great, and sculpt is beautiful. Paint job's beautiful. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know which one's better, the Hammer Brother or the Lakitu. They both look great. Let me know in the comments which one do you think is better. I like this guy's gimmick better, but I love the way Lakitu looks, especially if you combine the stands. Overall, the figures are pretty great, but again, like Bowser, the price isn't all that great either. This is the most expensive out of all the sets, and it's not even the biggest set that you get. It's like $36, and you do get a decent amount of figures. It does look pretty great. However, the set before it was only like 25 bucks, and you got 4 figures out of that. Sure, 2 of them were really, really hollow and dumb, and one of them was just a repeat figure, but the fact that the price just keeps going up per figure, like, I don't really think they're putting in all that much quality for the price. Like, I think they're just upping the price because, hey, everybody wants it. More money. Here he stands compared to Mario, and as I said, height-wise, it's not all that impressive. Like, you're better off with the other Bowser for scale, but again, he does look pretty good, but scale is still off. And that is most of the Mario SH Figuarts set. There is a few things missing, like a few extra Goombas, maybe a few extra stands and stuff like that. But overall, this is it in its entirety. This is everything that I've bought in the Mario line. And overall, it does look like a pretty amazing set so far. They're probably going to come out with more figures, and I'm going to struggle to make room because I barely have enough room for this. So I'm just going to conclude it here. Overall, the Bowser and the Diorama set is really expensive. It's a $100 investment at the cheapest if you find them together. Like Big Bad Toy Store, they want a ridiculous price for it, so don't go there. Go to Kieran Hobby. And overall, am I happy with my purchase? Sort of. It looks great, but if I was buying just the Bowser and just set, like just to have it by itself, I would not be happy with it. But just because I'm completing a set, that is the only reason why I'm happy buying this thing. But if you're looking for a Bowser figure, you're better off going for the World of Nintendo one. Bowser is the least impressive Mario figure throughout the set. Either that or Fire Mario, because all is just a repaint. But if you want them all, you gotta buy it. Damn it. I'm not gonna say pass on it. I'm not gonna say buy it. This is clearly up to you. And that overall concludes my review on the SH Figuarts Bowser and the Diorama Set E. And let me know in the comments what you think of the set. Do you think it looks great all together like this? I think it does. It's one hell of an investment, but it looks great. Let me know, do you have a complete collection like this? Are you going to be picking up this figure? Let me know in the comments. And again, it's all up to you if you want to get this figure. I'm not going to say buy it, I'm not going to say pass it, just all up to you. And the next figure I'm going to be reviewing is the Yami Yugi from Figma, and I'm super duper stoked for that. It is in the mail, it is coming hopefully this week. We'll see what happens. I know other people have it already, and it makes me jealous, very, very jealous. But that concludes it for this review. So if you're new and you like what you saw, then like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I don't really know what to say after that. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.